The state of South Carolina has already reaped the benefits of removing the flag. Last year, the city of Greenville hosted the first and second rounds of the men's basketball tournament. According to the city's website, the city made over $9 million as a result. After winning 9 games for the first time since the 2013 season last year, Gamecock fans were excited to see their team back on the field, and they got their chance on Saturday at the Garnet and Black spring game. According to History.com, just over 2 billion greeting cards are sent out on Valentine's Day, and just under 220 million roses are sold on Valentine's Day as well. Coach Jones is not only a well-known track coach here at Spring Valley High School, he is also a well-known coach throughout the nation. He has been a recipient of the National Track and Field Coach of the Year award on 2 separate occasions. Cortez came into this season with high accolades, including an appearance on the preseason All-SEC second team. But through the first 9 games of this season, he's hitting just 194 from the plate. McGuire made her return to the diamond on February 9th of this year. She is currently hitting .471 on the season, and she has reached base in each of the Gamecocks' 16 games played this season. The baseball team took on in-state rival Clemson over the weekend. Coach Mark Kingston said last week that the rivalry was the best rivalry in all of college baseball, and the weekend series did not discredit that statement. The teacher strike in West Virginia is officially over after a month of fighting for higher pay. Thursday is going to be sunny, so sun's out, guns out. The draft is just 1 month away, and 12 Gamecocks had a chance to show off their skills today to NFL scouts and coaches. Moving things to the diamond, the softball team has been shining on the field recently. A data analytics firm based in the UK has suspended their CEO following the release of a video shot by a hidden camera. Moving things to the court, the Gamecock women's basketball team is dancing their way to Albany for the Sweet 16. And keeping things related to the old ball coach, the HBC made his return to the sidelines for the spring game on Saturday, and he also made his return to the field. In an SC not top 10 play, Jacob Scarnecchia lobbed the pass to the corner of the end zone. The old ball coach dropped it and fell flat on his back. Current head coach Will Muschamp decided not to be too hard on the old ball coach after the game.
I'm excited about the future. Great things happening.
Columbia Mayor Steve Benjamin is looking forward to Colonial Life Arena hosting the first and second rounds of the NCAA men's basketball tournament in 2019. This announcement came after the NCAA lifted its ban on the state of South Carolina from hosting non-merit events. The state has hosted merit events like the first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament in women's basketball. These events are based off of wins and seeding, whereas non-merit events like in men's basketball are announced in advance. The NCAA ban prevented the state of South Carolina from hosting non-merit events as long as the Confederate flag was flying in front of the State House. After the 2015 Charleston shooting, Governor Nikki Haley and other SC lawmakers removed the flag from the State House grounds.
Once the flag came down from the state capitol, we saw that as a major opportunity to live up to our full potential.
Executive Director of Sports at Experience Columbia, Scott Powers, says it was a quick turnaround for the city to host the event.
A month after the flag came down, several of us across the state of South Carolina flew up to the NCAA headquarters in Indianapolis, and we were actually chosen the very first year of that bid process, 2019. Right now, we're predicting a $9.1 million economic impact.
The state of South Carolina has already reaped the benefits of removing the flag. Last year, the city of Greenville hosted the first and second rounds of the men's basketball tournament. According to the city's website, the city made over $9 million as a result. Regional teams like Duke and South Carolina being present at the tournament certainly increased that draw. USC Associate Professor Tom Regan says a regional draw is key.
If it's a good regional draw, where you would be able to bring in teams that are fairly close from a logistic point of view for driving, then you're going to see a significant impact.
Regan also says that hotels, restaurants, and local businesses will benefit the most.
You'll spend anywhere from $75 to $100 on food, but your average daily rate for your hotel could be anywhere from $150 to $220.
Mayor Benjamin, Powers, and Dr. Regan all believe none of this would be possible if not for the removal of the Confederate flag.
The NCAA was going to hold fast with that decision, and I don't think that was going to change.
I expect that as we move forward with a significant expansion, we're going to start landing more and more significant economic and educational and cultural events here in the city.
Significant expansion of Columbia's most historic areas will certainly lead to more money and growth for the city. Chandler Mack, Carolina News.
Number 2, Kenzie McGuire.
This sound has a special meaning for Gamecocks shortstop Kenzie McGuire. McGuire came into the 2017 season after having an impressive 2016 campaign in which she had a .270 batting average. But even during her impressive freshman season, McGuire says she wasn't 100% healthy.
I was actually playing with a torn hamstring all of freshman year, so I mean, I thought I could have done better, but with the circumstances that I was playing in, I thought I did pretty well.
In the first game of her sophomore season, the injury bug caught McGuire yet again.
I mean, I didn't think I was hurt. I just was like, oh, I got hit in the thumb, like it's fine. And then we get back and it was broken, and I was just like, what?
McGuire injured her wrist, which forced her to miss the remainder of the 2017 season. Gamecock softball coach Beverly Smith says losing McGuire was a detriment to the team.
Not having Kenzie in the lineup, we were just down an athlete.
McGuire says that being on the disabled list actually benefited her in more ways than one.
It was really interesting to see how I could still be an impact not on the field, that I could still have my team's back, I could still contribute in some way.
McGuire made her return to the diamond on February 9th of this year. She is currently hitting .471 on the season, and she has reached base in each of the Gamecocks' 16 games played this season. Now being a redshirt sophomore, McGuire says she is now the leader, not the pupil.
People definitely look for me to speak, and I wasn't used to that, so I'm out of my comfort zone a little, but I've adjusted and I feel good out there.
She's not just out there playing the position, she's communicating with the outfield, she's communicating with her infield and really leading on the infield.
The Gamecocks are 15-1 on the season. McGuire says she hopes her and her team can ride this momentum into the College World Series.
For myself, I just want to play like I know I can. I know that I was limited freshman year, and then last year I was hurt, and I just want to be me.
For Carolina News, I'm Chandler Mack.
Been a great ride.
The 2018 track and field season has a special meaning for Spring Valley track and field coach John Jones. The 39-year coaching veteran is retiring at the end of this season. Although Jones loves his players, he says his family was the main reason he's calling it a career.
I've got 4 grandchildren now that are getting old enough to know me and want me around more, so I want to be around them more.
Since announcing his upcoming retirement, Jones has been showered with support and recognition from parents and his former players.
You hear stuff like that, it's very humbling. Had a parent email me the other day when they heard and said my son told me that the 2 most important people in his life were his grandfather and me. He said, I'm his dad and I was 3rd.
He has been an icon for Spring Valley High School.
Spring Valley Athletic Director Tim Hunter has known Coach Jones for over 20 years. He says Coach Jones will not only be missed as a coach, but also as a leader for students and faculty.
He has been having to teach health the last couple of years, and he really took that to heart and has done a great job in the classroom with health.
Coach Jones is not only a well-known track coach here at Spring Valley High School, he is also a well-known coach throughout the nation. He has been a recipient of the National Track and Field Coach of the Year Award on 2 separate occasions in 2013 and in 2015. Now that it's his last year here at Spring Valley, he and his team are aiming to add another trophy to his already stacked trophy case.
We're really just trying to make sure he can finish out his career with the state championship, because honestly that's what he deserves.
Hey, it would be great more for the kids that are here working hard, but it would be a nice little exclamation point at the end of a long great career.
For Carolina News, I'm Chandler Mack.
Carlos Cortez, have yourself a day.
This is a sound that became recurring for Gamecock fans last season. Sophomore outfielder Carlos Cortez came into his freshman season with little expectations, but he quickly made a name for himself. Cortez smashed a team-high 12 home runs last season, but if you talk to Cortez about it, he says he was not surprised by his success.
I wouldn't say I was surprised. I was just very pleased with the outcome, because it was just a product of the work that I've put in
The Gamecocks went to the SEC tournament needing to win every game in order to make it to the NCAA tournament. Knowing this, Cortez became a star for the team. Cortez hit 3 home runs during the tournament, which landed him on the All-SEC tournament team. But even after his efforts, the team was still unable to make it to the NCAA tournament. And although he enjoyed being a bright spot for his team, Cortez says he wanted more.
It felt good, but those accolades kind of don't mean much to me if we don't go far.
Mark Kingston took over as coach for the Gamecocks during the offseason. Cortez says he appreciates Coach Kingston because he holds Cortez and his teammates to a high standard.
I think the accountability, he holds us to a higher accountability.
Cortez came into this season with high accolades, including an appearance on the preseason All-SEC second team. But through the first 9 games of this season, he's hitting just .194 from the plate. But his coach, Mark Kingston, is still in good spirits.
The fact that he was just as excited on the home runs and the big hits, to me, that shows what he's all about, and that's why he's a big-time player.
As for the rest of this season, Cortez says he and his teammates are aiming to take the Gamecocks back to the College World Series in Omaha.
I mean, our expectations are to make it to Omaha. We're also going to go at it 1 game at a time, but our expectations are high.
For Carolina News, I'm Chandler Mack.